Really, dude? You're vlogging?
Yes!
Hello everyone, Miles at Miles of Color here, everywhere online, and today something kind of interesting happened. I saw something on my Facebook. You know that feature called like Time Hop or something like that? It says, today I start thinking positively. Now that's super interesting to me because I feel like back then in 2015, I wasn't a very positive thinker. Having that intention back then really transformed my life up until now. I would like to make note that it wasn't easy thinking positively. I definitely messed up many times. It never really like worked out in the way of like I thought it and therefore it happened. It was years and years of practice. It's 2018 now. When you're watching this, it could be later in time. It's not easy to start thinking positively. However, it happened over a course of like a few years. The hard part about thinking positively for me is that later down the line, I think it was 2016, I moved away from home. I moved up to Northern California. I'm from Southern California, and I did that to be in a relationship with someone that I already was dating, but it was kind of like long distance / sometimes she lived near me, other times she didn't because of school. And I don't regret that decision at all. It was a good relationship and everything, but honestly, we were young. She didn't have much time to spend on the relationship, and I'm not mad about that or anything, but that created a lot of free time for myself, which eventually made me kind of like a really lonely and bitter person. During this time, I picked up photography, and I would go on little adventures by myself, and I would take pictures. I'd do landscapes. I tried to make little vlogs and stuff. They were kind of embarrassing because they weren't good, but I was putting out a video every day on Instagram as well, 15 seconds of whatever that day was. I'd go on a walk or something and document that and make it all aesthetic and cute and tried to be artsy. I was super inspired by Casey Neistat back then as well. But other than having that little creative outlet, I didn't have many friends, or at least not friends that I would hang out with often, and I only had like her friend group as well, which I wasn't necessarily included in, so it was kind of a tough time, and I had to figure out how to think positively myself. That relationship ended around summertime of 2016, and I had to come back home. That kind of changed everything. And now it was a really negative time in my life. It was super hard. I was really sad, and every day was kind of like a nightmare. I spent all of my time reaching out to models and meeting people and just going on shoots every single day, just trying to grow as a photographer, and I ended up growing even more as a person. Something that I really learned during this point 2 years ago was that everyone has gone through really crazy, hard things, and that created this large amount of empathy within myself. I was able to be more patient with people. So as I gained more empathy in life, I got this superpower. I always tell Ali that I have this superpower of not giving a fuck about things. And by not giving a fuck, I don't mean that I don't care for people or I don't care about a situation, but I just let things go super easily because I'm like, you know what, that person was probably a dick to me just because they're going through some stuff, and I'm not gonna give them, you know, more time or a lot of chances or anything, but I'm gonna let it slide because if I harbor that hate, it's just gonna make me feel shitty all the time. Now, I know what you're saying. That is just way easier said than done, but it is possible, and I think everyone can get to that point. It just, you need friends in your life who are kind and who are empathetic, and you can kind of learn that skill from them and ask them why something doesn't affect them. That's something I would recommend. And so leading into that, from positivity to inspiration, that added depth in my life of having a lot of empathy and not giving a shit about small things has let me kind of be inspired all of the time. Now, I know inspiration is like a super tricky topic because as creatives, we all want to be inspired all the time, and we feel like we lose inspiration all the time, but it's really important to be grateful for what you have in your life and where you're at in life. Now, for me, what does that mean? That means I was born in the United States of America, in California, Southern California to be exact. I'm healthy, I'm a white male, which is crazy privilege. I have a roof over my head, which is great. I have electricity. I have talent. I have some sort of creative talent. Everyone in my life is basically healthy, and I'm really happy about where I am right now. I have great relationships with the community and my friends and everything else, and it's amazing. And so I guess basically when it comes to inspiration, I don't think I deserve to feel uninspired. I feel like that's where I might lose a few of you. I don't think that it's necessarily fair for me to say that you don't deserve to feel uninspired, but in all honesty, check your gratitude every day. Check your privilege. Check where you're at in life. You're really lucky to be alive. Like, you're a human, so you're on this cold, dense rock essentially, and we're somehow alive and able to feel anything. That's inspirational. Just be grateful for where you're at. That's my main source of inspiration, is just, I'm alive. That shit's crazy. That's amazing. Now, maybe you're an inspired individual, but you just don't have any ideas right now. You probably need to take a break. Honestly, breaks are amazing and you deserve to take a break. You know, we can't be making things every day and have them all be like on the same level. I think it's healthy to be creative every single day, but I don't think you're always gonna have the same level of ideas. So taking a break could be going on a walk. Taking a break could be taking, you know, time off of social media. Taking a break could be picking up a new hobby. Just do anything else like your creative endeavor. Just ignore that for a little bit. So essentially I'm saying take that break, try something new, try something you have never done before, go on a hike, I don't care, just do something. And then last but not least, do yourself a favor and remember why you started. Ask yourself what brought you to this point. How'd you get here? Why did you start in the first place? Was it because you wanted to make money? Was it because you wanted to have fun? Was it because you just needed to create something and that's why you're doing what you're doing? Ask yourself why you started and then try to emulate that every day in your life. I started photography because I wanted to make people feel something and I want to make art that stands out, and most importantly I wanted to share myself with the world. That's why I create. That's my journey to positivity, and that's how I stay inspired. I hope it helped you guys. Let me know how you stay inspired or found yourself thinking positively in the comments down below. I'm gonna see you in the next video. Okay, see you later. Bye.
Go tell your friends about it. Go tell your friends about it. Go tell them what you know, what you seen, how I